Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Thursday, January 30th, 2025, a little after 11 in the morning. And as you can tell, I'm over here in the big orange store, the Home Depot. And you never guess what I'm going to get. Let me show you. Looky there, I'm picking me up a Starlink. Well, why am I doing that? Well, the spousal unit and I have been talking about it for quite some time. And there was some things that happened just recently that made us decide to pull the trigger on it right now. And one of those things is right there. That's the price. That's a pretty smoking deal in Starlink terms, and I'll tell you the rest of it when I get checked out and get back out to the truck. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, the deed is done. I'm now the proud owner of a new Starlink. I just got to take it home and figure out how to get it hooked up. They tell me it's pretty darned easy. But there was a couple other reasons why I decided to pull the trigger and do this right now. And besides the price there at the Home Depot, but the other thing is that we're getting ready to leave next week, and we're going to be boondocking out near Quartzsite for about a week or so, maybe a little longer, and we won't have any Wi-Fi out there. And the spousal unit's got the point where she really likes having her Wi-Fi, and I can totally understand that, because I appreciate it too. But the third thing is old Chuck messed up on something, and my cell phone plan has 2 gigs per month, and if you don't use them all, then you get they build up to the point where it's 4 gigs. Well, a couple days ago, our Wi-Fi went down for a little bit, and I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone. And I forgot to turn it back on again. And so that last video that I uploaded that using data. And after all the shenanigans and putting together that video and getting it uploaded and everything, I ended up using over 2 gigs of data just to put that one video up. Well, that meant that I only had less than 2 for the trip. So we talked about it, and we decided now was the time to do it. And so I'm in the process of doing that, and I'll take you along on the ride. And if you're not familiar with the Starlink, obviously that uses the satellites and gives you Wi-Fi no matter where you're at, as long as you have an unobstructed view of the sky. And it'll be a learning curve, and I'll have to learn how to use it and get it working. But this setup here is we're going to go on what they call the roaming plan, and I'll be able to use that both in my trailer and in the van. So no matter where I'm out. And now there's 2 roaming plans. There's a 50 gig plan, which costs $50 a month. Let me get over here so I can hold this a little more steady. And then there's an unlimited roaming plan for $165 a month. Well, on the 50 gig plan, if you use more than your 50 gigs, and when you upload and download videos, it takes a lot of gigs to do that. But if you go over it, then they charge you $1 a gig for every gig you're over the 50. Well, it doesn't take a math whiz to figure out that if you go up to 165 gigs, it's still cheaper than getting the unlimited plan. And we're not out all the time, and we're not on the internet all the time. We're not doing it as part of our work or anything. So therefore, I think the 50 gig plan will be just fine for me. And the other thing about it is if you can turn it on and off. So if you know you're going to be home for a couple of months, you can turn the plan off, and it doesn't cost you anything. And so that's pretty cool. And I've done quite a bit of research. I try to research most everything, and I've done quite a bit of research to try to figure out how this is all going to work and how it's going to benefit us and stuff. And one of the issues we are going to run into, I guess, is if we tried to run our TV off of it in the trailer, that's an older TV and it's not a smart TV. So at some point in time, we'll probably have to replace that TV with a smart one. But it's not a very big TV, and they're pretty inexpensive these days. So right now, I'm only into this thing for less than $400, and we'll see how that goes. I'll get it up and get it running, and I'll take you along for the ride. When I get back home, we'll unbox this thing and we'll take a look at it. And there's all kinds of videos on YouTube. I'm not the first one by any means, but it's kind of fun, and it's a new adventure, and so we'll work on it together. So I'll be back again here just in a few minutes with the next segment. Okay, I'm back at the house now, and they got these aggravating little strips all over the place. that you got to pull off the box to even open this thing, and I did that off camera. And those ones on the side, they didn't want to come off. They would come off in little pieces. But now I'm opening the box for the first time, so you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. And wow, the first thing that happens is there's that part. That's the part we all see all the time. It's got the little stand in the back so you can lean it up. So let's move that out of the way. What else we got? We got the instructions. Big paper here with all the instructions on how to do it. And there's all the rest of it. All right, well, we got the cable, and we got a power supply, and I'm not sure what else is in there, but I'll get it figured out. So there it is. That's the unboxing. You're seeing it at the same time I'm seeing it. And I'll be back with you again when I got a little something more to show you. Let me give you one more look at that. Back soon. Well, there's all the components set up, and it's all pretty simple. Basically, that part there plugs in the wall. This is just your power supply. The power supply plugs here into the router. And then the router, right there, uses this big long cord and plugs into the dish itself. And that has to sit outside with an unobstructed view of the sky. Now, all your devices, whether it be your phone or your tablet or your laptop, will talk to the router wirelessly, or your smart TV, and that's how the system works. Now we've decided that we're not going to hook it up today. We're not going to activate it today. We're going to wait until February 4th, and that's for the billing cycle. And so I think I'm going to call this one a wrap for today. I'll bring the rest of it back, and when we get it running, I'll bring it back to you as a part 2. So right now, let me just tell you to take care of each other and love each other. And I'll be back again pretty quick with another one. But this is pretty exciting, and it should obviously solve our upload-download problems no matter where we're at. And that'll be pretty cool. So until I talk to you again, give you one more look at this little setup, and I'll tell you, peace out.